开始了，你还在干嘛啊？
哦哟，还有3个文案 deadline 到到期了，我还没写完，而且下礼拜要考试，英文考试我也忘记了。哦，烦欸。
啊，你就拖延症末期啊！我们就早就知道了。我知道你很忙，所以我们要送你一个礼物，超级适合你的呢。
什么礼物？啊，这啥？送钟？什么意思？送钟？为什么要送时钟？
这
你要把我送走是不是？这很厉害耶！
像它这边啊，它是可以调灯光，有4个模式，然后它还可以当小夜灯呢，超方便的好不好？而且它下面你看它这边有写 Live in the moment， 它是叫你活在当下，叫你好好把握时间，不要再拖延了。
哦，就是要让我当时间管理大师就对了。
对，我们要成为时间管理大师。
哦，好用心哦，好哦。我们等一下不是做皮革吗？
那我们等一下做皮革的时候可以看一下它还有什么功能可以用，感觉很不错哎，它还有倒数这些其他的东西。
哦，看一下，生日、旅游、纪念、考试、结婚、聚会、会议、回诊，哦，好多哦。
我们等一下来玩看看。
哦，这么多行程可以用。好，大家试试看吧。Welcome back to our channel。知道为什么我今天要用英文开场吗？因为我今天要当1日国际大师的 One Day Intern。让我们欢迎 Mr. Black。今天要迎来我们的新企划，就是从零开始学。但是这次我们请到的是外师，然后朵乐本身的英文呢，My English is poor， 所以我们请到我们的小海龟米卡。
大家好，我是小海龟，我是米卡，但我的英文其实也还行。
他算是我们今天的 translator， 耶、欢迎 translator。然后再欢迎我们的讲师，从英国来的讲师 Mr. Black。
叶先生，
兴奋。
哟，你好，我中文不好。我那个爱。
那我想要问老师几个问题。老师来台湾多久啦？
I've been in Taiwan almost 15 years.
15 years?
哇，15年。
15年 why come there? For study or?
Taiwan's an awesome country.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so and why you start doing the leather things? You like it or?
Actually, it was many years ago. I bought some leather products online, and they were just really bad quality.
哦，他因为他之前
You go on like
品质不好的，对对。
it was all like made in China stuff. It was terrible. Use it one time,
Like
break. Yeah. So I got fed up with how bad the stuff was, and I decided to start making the stuff myself.
Oh.
So I've been making leather and designing and making leather products and items in Taiwan over 10 years. I hand make I design my own stuff. I hand make it. I hand dye it as well. So yeah.
哦，它是手染 hand dye it.
Yeah.
Wow, so cool. So you have your own brand or?
Yeah. I use my own brand.
Wow.
真硬。
Lily, how to say?
Lily
Leather. 大家支持一下。
Lily
Leather.
这是 Mr. Black 老师的店，他的皮革店。
对，大家有兴趣我们会放在下方资讯栏哦。
对。
好，谢谢。
那老师，我们今天要做皮革的步骤是什么啊？
I thought we'd start off with a quick introduction to leather and the different types of leather that you can get. Then we can move on to what we're actually going to make today, which is a set of garters. Then we're going to go through the process of making those. So we'll have to cut the leather, we'll have to trim and edge the leather, we will do our own dye work, so we'll colour the leather ourselves. Then we have to sort of stamp and punch holes, sew everything together, and yeah. And then we can add a little bit of, maybe if it's we have enough time, we can add a little bit of decoration, and then yeah, that's it.
米卡，既然我们有这个时钟，我想我们来比赛看看谁先把皮革做完。
好，我接受这个挑战。来
因为刚刚老师说，好像做皮革要花2到3个小时的时间，我觉得我们应该不用做3小时，让我们手艺。对，所以我们就设定2个半小时。来，镜头指令看一下这边 2个小时又30分钟。
3、2、1。
耶，我们要开始做了，
期待。
请老师教学开始。We can start.
Yeah. So, like I said, first thing I thought we could do is give you guys a quick introduction to different kinds of leather. So, what I have here are 2 kinds of leather. And the first one I'm going to introduce is this stuff. This is chrome tanned leather. Okay, so
很软嘞，是不是手？
yeah, well, leather comes in different thicknesses. So you have to remember that leather is skin, and you get leather from many different animals. You get it from cows, pigs, sharks, crocodiles, snakes, lots of different animals. Most leather comes from cows. Chrome tanned leather goes through a chemical process when it is tanned. Tanned is the process of making skin into leather. Chrome tanned leather uses various different chemicals, and what they do is they put the color into the leather and then they put it into various chemicals. So this color is stuck inside the leather. This color will never change. It's there permanently. So, and also, my experience, it tends to make the leather a bit softer. Personally, I prefer vegetable tanned leather. So I've already dyed this leather green so that it's the same color, but you can see the differences between how soft and how hard the leather is, and so you can see the.
所以同个原料在不同的皮革上显现的颜色会不一样，然后柔软度也会不一样。
对，真的。
那他说这个是更多化学药剂在里面嘛，对吧？就是它颜色不会再变的，
对，
不管怎么洗应该都不会变。
So it won't change the color.
So vegetable tanned leather is they use various vegetables, quite literally like things like potatoes. They use various vegetables to tan the leather, and they tan it as a natural leather color. So like this. This is natural vegetable tanned leather. Okay? And it's like this. And this leather you can dye yourself. You can put dye onto this. So I can put any kind of colors that I want into the leather as long as that dye is there. So these 2 pieces I have already done dye on. And there's a few, I find that there are some benefits because you can see that this color is kind of flat. This color has a lot more depth to it. It's a more rich color. Okay. The other thing is that while this color is stuck the way it is, it won't change. This, being a more natural leather, means that over time it will absorb things such as dirt, grease, sweat, and it will start to get darker.
那我可以好奇，那通常那种国际品牌用的名牌包都用哪一种皮革？我相信很多女生都想知道。来问一下。
You know, like Gucci or Chanel, they have many leather bags, right?
Yes.
How which leather they use?
I can't tell you exactly what they use. I know that some Hermes bags are handmade. And I'm pretty sure that they use a more like a vegetable tanned leather in the hand making process because it's much nicer to work with vegetable tanned leather than chrome tanned leather. Chrome tanned leather is very soft. It's almost like working with a fabric and not working with leather.
爱马仕通常都会用这种皮革，比较有质感，比较有
它比
质量。
较硬，像这种，它就会太软了，像它会有点像布料，它没有办法撑起来。你看它这样，
对，包包就没有办法这么的挺。
But most commercial products you will buy in the store will be made with chrome tanned leather. And the simple reason is it's cheaper.
对嘛？你看爱马仕都这一种，这是比较贵的。那一般那种夜市我就会用这种便宜的。
鲁班腾就是用这种。So today we will choose this leather to do, right?
Yes. Today we are going to be
用比较好的皮
using.
革去做我们的那个。
我跟爱马仕用同款的。
用同款的皮革去做我们的那个腿皮裤。
然后那我们老师要先帮我们示范要怎么 cut the leather。
切皮革。
So, first we need some leather. Then
你的工具箱，哇
we need some tools. First we're gonna need
还有质感的工具箱哦。
so
喜欢那种用
rattle.
好长
We
的
are
尺。
going to need a straight edge ruler. For the garters that we are going to make today, which are these, we are first going to need strips of leather to make these. So, this is 2 centimeters, so very simple to just
2公分宽。
along the straight edge of the leather.
你看你腿围多少？对啊 ，measure 来。
We just use the sharp edge of the rattle, gives us a nice
然后
mark
漂
line
亮的一条直线
in。the leather. And then
美工刀，
you just use a sharp craft knife and line that up. And then you don't want to cut in one go, and be very careful of fingers. You don't want to, that's not good. Just very gently, many times,
多画几次。
then it'll
哇，
OK， 我还有美工刀就可以了，好吧？
and then we just keep going. And it's important to, you want to keep the knife against the metal ruler, because if you're not careful, it can slide away, and then you end up cutting your piece of leather. There we go, and we have 1 strip of leather ready for making our garter. Start cutting.
耶，好，
用在一起。OK， 那我们就开始切吧。
做
就很好奇，在进货的时候，这个皮革要从哪边来啊？是不是进很大一张
I personally, I like to go and get it in a store.
？Store？
Yes, there's here in Taipei. There's 2-3 different stores I know of where you can buy this kind of
所以
leather.
台北有3间店可以买。
The store is only for leather or you sell other things?
Well, it sell. It depends on the store. Each one's a little different, but they normally sell things which is leather and tools and other things to do with making things out of leather. So yeah, they're a specific leather store.
Because you mentioned like the machine you have used to cut the leather is very big, so the leather we bought in the store is a huge one, or just like the.
Oh, I don't use a machine to cut my leather. I do I cut all my leather by hand. But when you buy leather, you can buy it in a couple of different sizes, but it will normally be based on the animal it comes from. So if you're buying cow leather, which is the most common, you will buy normally a shoulder, a belly, half a hide, or a whole hide.
是买部位吗？
So you have to buy the whole cow, or
Well,
you can
not literally, no. But if you buy a whole hide, it is basically you can roll it out flat, and you have that. You can kind of see where the neck is, the front legs, the back legs, and then where the tail is. You can see the shape of the whole cow. There's no straight edges around the outside. You can buy leather online, but I like to buy it myself. The reason for that is because it means I get to see the leather before I buy it.
touch it.
Well, it's not just that. You have to remember that leather is skin and it comes from an animal. So if that animal, for example, hurts itself, cuts itself, and it heals, it'll get a scar. So then later on, when the leather is made, you can see that scar in the leather.
避免买那种伤口的皮革。怎么样来量？
我们要量
谁先？
谁？好了，我先。好啦，49.5
49.5。
Sure.
老是怀疑，
That's 49.
That's 49.
That's 49.
哦，更细一点。
真的
耶！
好想 make sure。
That's 49.
要紧一点才会掉下来。
对，放紧一点。那你好瘦哦，太不合理了。
30。
38.
老师惊呆了。38。
No, I'd go 37.
就是它还要再更紧一点，因为我们还会打洞啊。
You need to eat a sandwich.
还是要多吃一点。
I eat a lot.
And then we can
哦，
mark the
好
middle
方便哦。
对啊，
哦，哇哦，
of the leather.
对啊。
So now we know the middle of the leather. Then this is the noisy part.
Noisy part. You're gonna punch it.
Oh, we're gonna have some fun with
Hammer.
hammer time. So first we're going to use one of these. So again, there's another stamp tool, and it's designed to give this shaped end to the leather.
尖尖的。
Right. Get a good grip, and then
敲它。
there you go. Yeah, it'll fly off.
超快的。
And there you go. There's a nice end.
哦，
Yeah. Then we can take the stamp, the whole bunch. We line it up. One end, the other end.
对准刚刚画的那个点，你要穿金属扣环的点，然后一样敲它，敲它，我要离远一点，要不要喷到？
This one won't fly out, don't worry.
我桌子还蛮坚固
对
的。
啊对啊，是哪一家的
Everything's jumping. There we go.
桌子要不要找我们业配一下？
And
再敲一个。
and then that is
金属扣完扣上去了，哦，好漂亮哦。
第五个。
so we need 2 of these, and then we need to make the second half. So we'll let you guys make this bit first.
好，先制作第一条皮革。
好，
对，但是我忘了差不多了。
对，差不多。刚刚什么几公分？几公分？
加油！
加油！加油！
Yeah. This is just to get you started.
OK。我们要手长歪掉。
我们这个电。好。那我觉得这是力气的，
对啊。
力气的那个关系。那敲的时候都很怕敲自己的手，你知道吗？
对啊，所以不敢敲太用力。
对。
There you go.
我成功。
Well done. No, use the ground looking pick it out.
Faster.
There you go. There you go.
哦，成功！
哦。
哦，稍微斜一点点。
对，来。
It's okay, it just takes practice. Okay, so we've now got 2 parts of our garter. Now we're going to make the second parts of our garter. So we've got the first part here with our fold over for the buckle, and now we need to make this part. And this part we are going to change the length for your measurements. Okay?
哦，做我们腿围的。
And again, we are going to mark the center.
1公分的地方再画一条线。
好流畅。
对啊，老手。哦。
Okay, now we're going to measure. So we have to join these 2 pieces of leather together. So we need to have an overlap.
哦。
Okay. I like to use 5 centimeters overlap.
哦，就是在5公分的地方，就是你要放那个金属扣环的地方，先画5公分，然后从5公分的地方开始量你刚刚的腿围是多少。
哦。那交叉的地方要多长？
交叉的地方也是5公分。
From the start to here, and we keep going to, which is right there. And that is going to be where we put the middle hole.
哦，中间的那个洞。
对，
我要
就是
做中间那个洞。
你的腿围的那个点是中间的洞。
洞跟洞距离2公分。
对。
So that gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points, and then we need a little bit at the end
再多留一点空
For
间。
that, I'm just going to do 1, 2, 3 centimeters. If the size is really wrong, it gives you enough space to put one more hole.
哦，如果你这不小心弄错，你还有一个洞可以戳啦，有拯救的机会。
对，
再来敲一下。
不是看梦境，
给他左脚。
You're not going to get hit by this bit. Don't worry. Annoy the neighbours.
我同意了。
And we can use this tool, the right size.
还需要用这个，好酷哦。
It's just a simple hole punch. You can buy these in most craft stores. Let's go with a 4. And you just want to take the hole and then very gently line it up. So you can squeeze a little bit. You can see just a very faint line. You want to try and get it so that the circle, the hole is in the middle of the circle.
可以先压，稍微轻轻压一下，看一下这个位置。
It might take a couple of tries, but there we go. There's one.
哦，好爽哦，那个声音。
好好用哦，
对啊
打洞机。
我需要哎。
2, 3, 4, 5.
很适合录 ASMR 的。
对对对对对，刚刚声音真的，下次可以用看看。
So there we go. There's our 2 pieces to make 1 garter.
哦
Okay.
，OK。
So go.
OK。
Go go go. That's your middle hole.
Yeah, middle hole and
And
2
then
centimeter
each
back
side.
and yeah. Okay. 我要继续敲喽 punch again.
等一下，
well, this is a cut, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
No. Yeah, but you should get the size first.
换？为什么我不能？为什么老师给我就不行？
Put your 5 holes and then 3 centimeters. There's your middle. 1, 2, then 3 centimeters. Yep. Okay.
心累。
你看我怎么压就是这样，就这样，一半都不到1/3。这洞很大。
Squeeze at the end, you get more power.
You see？
哦，可以。
这还是这是要力量吧？
对啊，
就即使握最后面也是。
是不是要站起来会比较有力？
是。
You think standing up is gonna? Okay.
哦，他好忙哦，老师还一只手动我的手动。
哦，还没。
OK。
Yeah。
哦。
So it's basically it's a bit like this. It's a machine that has the arm, and you just kind of pull it, and it will push slowly to make a hole or this. All good?
I need your help with this hole.
Okay. Now we have a little box of fun. So we're each going to need buckles and clips, and we can do some preparation if we want to do some decoration.
哦，铆钉哦。
We can. Now we're going to use these on these bits here. The rivet. We're going to use rivets here, but we can decorate by adding rivets. We can decorate by little spikes, and we can decorate by adding the little shiny. Well, I think I've got white, red, and blue. You can decorate using little shiny gem bits.
所以染色之前我们要先做那个装饰。对，有很多铆钉可以选。
I also brought stamps.
哇，这么硬，这么硬，
有印章。
哇，好漂亮哦！哇
So we can make words.
哦。
So if you want to put a word or a name or something on there, we can hammer that in.
哇，我可以把名字放上去哎。
哦，好棒哦。
我的英文名字上
The
去。
tricky part about this is you have to remember that you've got to write it backwards.
Also, you have to.
Because otherwise, when you stand there, it comes out the wrong way around.
So you have to write it down first.
哦，所以要先从
要从屁股
S 开始。哦。哦，我好喜欢这部分哦。
对啊，我喜欢压，就是像它上面可以压名字。
我看它有这个舒服哈。就除
就
了那个
看一下
字母之外，还有
小爱心。
#hashtag me。
对啊，可以 hashtag 啊。
Good for Instagram.
I want a hashtag。
对，米卡的话是 A 音线。哇，漂亮哦。DORIS。Yeah。
This handle, and then we can take our stamp. We can put it lined up.
哦，要对齐线。
And
然后
then
放在角落敲，对，真的坏掉哦，小心哦，各位。
again hammer it.
你各位小心。哦，我感受到它的力度哦，好漂亮哦！哎，它的字形超美的。
漂亮哦，这个字传。
Hashtag Mika.
Yeah, hashtag Mika.
Hashtag Mika.
So it's
Okay.
AKI.
M-I-K-I-A.
MIKA, so it's AKI.
M-I-K-A. Okay.
思考一下。
对
AKIM hashtag， 而且需要很多刚刚见过的桌子。
对。
真的很用力。
都不敢说话，屏气凝神。Yeah,
There we go.
done.
Now we get to use this tool.
Yeah.
This tool, very simple. You want to hold the leather quite firm with this tool. We're going to push it along the edge.
哦，要
右
小
边。老师帮我刮完嘞。
那是没有我的也一起。
不知不觉。
你们两个要做呢。
它做出来会很丑。
Here we go.
Here we go.
我感觉我越刮越糟，就是好像本来还好哦，但是你要刮完之后反而
没有 refine 的效
对
果。
啊，反而更多屑屑。
It's okay, keep going.
我觉得刮完之后更糟哎，怎么
更毛这
对啊，
样子。
对啊，怎么感觉更毛？
哦，这样就可以了。
There you go. You can hear it.
Is that
That's okay.
哎，对于这次那个拍皮革的一个初体验，你觉得怎么样？
我觉得蛮新奇的，对，因为这是算是我第一次手做皮革，之前有做过卡片或是钞票蛋糕，就是蛮喜欢手做，但是皮革算是我第一次做。对，一开始觉得哦应该很简单吧，因为我做其他的手工品，我自己觉得做的蛮好的，但没想到自己下去做之后才发现，没有我想象中的这么简单。耗时了大概6、7个小时才完成。
对于你有没有什么觉得遇到困难的地方？
从开始的时候到结尾，就是中间都有遇到一些困难，比如说我第一次用 hammer， 我拿锤子钉东西，是我人生的第一次。对，那时候就不知道怎么施力，很怕钉到自己的手，施力点一开始也抓不好。所以就是一直钉不下去，就是非常大声很吵，但是没有作用。但后来钉了大概5次6次之后，就发现敲几下其实就成功了。对，慢工出细活。